Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So I'm on to share with you quickly a flip through of a kit that I'm using for a project this month. This is the Groovy Digital Kit by Joey Cardmaker. So I found out that Joey is a fellow South Aussie like me, and I thought it'd be really cool to be able to use one of his kits. So I grabbed this fairy one, but I haven't had time to get around to it because for that one, there's a lot of bits and pieces I'll need to find, and I want to put a lot of work into it. But then recently he brought out this Groovy kit. This is Groovy, so it's 1960s retro. So much fun and just so colourful. So it has this sort of title page, but could you use it as a centerpiece in your signature as well? Unfortunately, my bordering on my printer has cut off the letters a bit, so I'll have to do some adjustment there so I can fit it on. But I wanted to print that one out to show you the style. Very, very cool. So it's got 25 pages, this kit. It has 6 of these sort of beautiful flower pages, and then it has 6 like journaling pages as well. So what I've done is done them back to front, so I will show you that. There's also stacks and stacks of ephemera pages. Now I didn't print the whole lot out, I just printed out what I know I'm going to definitely use for this project. There is also a freebie on his Ko-fi which goes with this really well, and I did print that out, so I will show that to you next as well. So first I'll show you what I've printed out of the kit. Absolutely gorgeous. So the title page I did print, it's all printed on my photo mat paper, but this one I did with the photo mat settings, so nice, clear, crisp, colourful pictures. The others I did in just a normal printer setting. The reason I did that is I wanted to dull the colours and that down just a little bit, because I think that will go really nicely with the other papers that I'm going to find to put in this. So if you want them to be more bright and clear, then you would use your photo mat paper with your photo mat settings. But I've got the quality of the photo mat paper. It's just a little bit thicker than copy paper, which is nice. But doing it on the plainer printer settings just makes it a little bit duller, which I really love. So I've done the floral page, and then on the other side I have put a background page for journaling on. So they are just gorgeous and so much writing space. I really, really love those. And then we've got that one. I reckon I've got some fabric which might go nicely with that. I have to hunt through all my fabrics afterwards. I just thought, how fun. I haven't done anything like this yet, and it'll be great. Just something really, really different from the other projects I'm doing this month. You could, of course, use these for spring themes in your little golden books. They look beautiful as well. Definitely don't have to keep it just sort of retro themed. And then here's a few of the pages of ephemera, and what he's done is put down what they are. So these are pocket tucks and corner pockets, mini journaling cards, so that's helpful, especially if you're new. I remember when I started printing out digitals, I had no idea what things were, how to put them together or anything like that, so that's really handy. So as I said, there's heaps more pages of ephemera and that as well, but I tend to not print the whole kits out these days, or else I have a stack here that's not getting used. So what I do is just print out what I know I'll use for the project I'm doing, and then I'll go back and print extra if I need it. But love the style of the ladies and the gentlemen as well. The stamps, tags, beautiful sizes for the tags as well. And small pockets. Love these circles as well. They look about 1 inch, are they? 1 inch and a quarter. I reckon I might have a punch to do those. And I love these tabs and the numbers. They're really, really cool. So heaps and heaps of fun there. All right, so then, as I said, I popped over to his Ko-fi. I'll link that down below for you as well. And I grabbed his 5-page freebie there, which goes with the kit very, very nicely. So it's a collage freebie, so you could collage with them, but you can also make bookmarks and tags and all sorts with them. Just love all the colours in that, very, very nice. Pinks. You might see a line where there's not meant to be a line from my printer. It's funny, I had all the lines that people get with their eco tanks, and I did the print head cleaning and that got rid of them, but then it put 1 or 2 lines going in the other direction, so I have to do some more cleaning with it. But it hasn't affected these too much, so that's good. Just love the colours, beautiful. Heaps and heaps of fun. So I'm going to have a pile of fun with that, so I'll go and do some fussy cutting and get some of my other bits and pieces. Now, you've probably seen this cover already, as I did it as a project for Helma last month. So that is all ready for me to put my signatures in. So I have put some loose signatures together with Joey's awesome papers. And I have added some tea-dyed papers, some end book page, some magazine or book pages that I think might go. And I've started just shoving in some cutout bits that I might like to add to those pages. In the middle, I found these awesome pages out of a 1960s Woman's Home magazine, I think it was. I just love them, so they will probably live in there, but I haven't stuck anything in yet or sewn anything together. Just planning at this stage, and I still probably need to cut some of my pages down as well. So far I've got the 2 signatures that are basically very similar. And then I found a couple of envelopes that I think look really nice. I love the orange colour for this journal. So I have folded this one up. Both ends are open for pockets. And then I've folded the base up for pockets as well. And that might be a middle sort of signature. That is the plan so far. So what I want to get on with today is I do have another envelope. I've got a pile of these in a second-hand haul that I found ages ago. And they're extra, extra long. So usually if I post anything in these, I have to fold them down. And I thought it'd be fun to play around with one of these for the journal to make some more pockets as well. So it seems to be just a little too wide. So I'm definitely going to have to cut the sides down to have it fit the way I want it to fit. But that is okay. And I'm thinking I'll probably cut it in around about halves and make 2 pockets out of it. So I think we'll start by doing that first. And it doesn't have to be quite as long as the page, but I'm thinking about there should be good. So what I'll do is measure that. Get the right side of my ruler. I think I'm still waking up. So 19 and 5, about 19.8 centimetres. So I know I have to cut it there for this first pocket. So grab my cutter to do that because I am hopeless at cutting straight. Although I could rule a line, but I've got to use my cutter anyway, so. And then we can check how big our other pocket is. I think our other pocket's going to be a little bit long, so we will cut that down a bit more as well. Think about like that should be good. So with this one, we'll just cut down the one side because we want our pages to close all right too, so I like to have a bit of gap. before the spine area, so it doesn't create too much bulk. So if we take about 1.5 centimetres or something off of this, should be all right. Yeah, I reckon that should be good. And that looks like it'll fit nice and comfortable. So with the other one, we want to do about a similar width, but I'm thinking I will cut down both sides, so we'll have to stick or sew it back together afterwards, which is fine. So the reason why I want to take off both sides is to make it a bit even, so it's not straight one side and then curved the other side. So now that should come apart, but we will put it back together as we go. So they're the 2 pocket bases. What we're going to do is make it an over the page flip. So that'll create a tuck spot on the other page with this part, and it will flip like that. And it should be a pocket in here. Just debating whether that's going to be easy enough to get into. We could even cut it down a bit and put a little thumb notch, which might be an idea. We'll worry about that afterwards though, and we might concentrate on embellishing the front part. So for that, I think this is one of Joey's freebie pages over on his Ko-fi. Take this white border off of this side. Then if I put this up against there, so I can do that on this side, leave a little border overhanging each edge. So if we cut this at about there, that should be where I want it. Now lengthwise, do about there. Oh, I hope I accounted for that white. I don't think I did, but that's all right. I'll chop it off. Serves me right by not taking my white border off first. That'll still be fine. So I think I'm safe to stick that down now. The next thing I think I want to do is, I do have offcuts of my envelope. I have a big one here. I think we could do a side pocket on here as well. So what I might do with that is I have some fabric here. It's really gross, so it should go well. I might use, yeah, that goes all right. It's got the green in it, which is nice. I might cover some of this envelope with this fabric. I could even leave the frayed bits. Doesn't have to be all perfect, does it? So what I'll do is cut my pocket to size. It's a bit crooked, we will straighten it up. About there is all right. It's a little straighter now. So we'll add our fabric. just use my tacky glue to do this. Straighten it out a bit. A few wrinkles won't matter. They'll just make it look a bit more retro. As will the fraying. I'll chop the excess off. Could sew this as well up the top there, and then I will be sewing around the pocket to add the back piece on when we're done embellishing. I'll tack this down. So I hope you're all doing well. I have finally recovered from my cleaning up for my inspection. And because I'd been doing that, it got me sort of in the habit of tidying things up. So I kept going afterwards to try and sort out a lot of my book pages and the system that I've got for storing them. I desperately needed to get that sorted. But now I've got lots and lots of projects that I need to get on with. Just checking that my fabric's all stuck down. Kind of like that. Might just snip 4 off and see. Must have come off of something, this, because it's got threads sticking out. Actually, I think I took it off of something. Yeah, that looks gross enough. So we'll put that on. See if I can get it moving. So this is just the Helma fabric glue that I'm using for this. Since it's a little heavy-ish, it'll be good to secure it nicely. Probably should be doing this after I sew things together, but I will. You live and learn. Okay, so that will be that. And then we've got our back bit. So we'd have it on a page, it would flip open like that. Now I'm a bit worried that we haven't got enough room really to slip things in and out easily there. I mean, we could, but I think I'll cut this down a bit more just to make it a bit more doable. So that should make it a bit easier to slip things in and out, and I think I will just add some book page. That looks pretty good like that. So just use my ruler to rip a bit of this off. Rounded corner on that side. It's making me think I should round the other corners. on. Could have put that up the top more and then I could have added something to the bottom. I could always turn it around and do that. We'll see what we think. Again, it might just be this fabric. We will see. Kind of like that it's on an angle like that, so I might leave it that way. I might still leave our border. Chop that off at about, try not to cut my envelope. So I've got so many projects to get on with. I've been a bit quiet over the last few weeks because of the inspection and other things. But yes, you'll probably be bombarded. Now we're coming to the last half of the month. Might cut this lady out and just see what we think. She could even go on some ephemera that would be slipped in and out of there maybe, which might be the way to use her. So I might just slip her in there so that I remember that. I'll have to take her out when I start sewing though. So what I'm going to do is just cut this out. Might go and grab some of my offcuts from some of the vintage ads that I've pulled out for this and just do some strips of that along there. I think that would look nice. Yeah, that's a bit better. Except I want to rip this down more because I'm fussy. Go around this to get any of the little white bits that I didn't cut. Okay, that's a nice little bit of embellishment at the back there. I think that looks good. What I'm going to do is just do a stitch across there. And then I can come and tack these together with glue, and then I will sew along the 3 edges there, and then I'll be back. So here is the envelope, and I've gone and done a zigzag stitch. Like I said, I did it along there first, and then I stuck the back on with some glue, and then I zigzag stitched around the 3 edges there. So that's come out real nice like that. We've got our pocket in there and our pocket here. And then I remembered that I have some index cards that are coloured. And I thought a green one would go really nicely in here. Although I will need to cut it down a tad, so we will do that. Now, Is that going to be enough? Yeah, that's nice. And then we've got our groovy lady. I think we will cut her down a little bit. So we might just take this little border off the bottom. Make sure I've got the right scissors here. I've got my fabric scissors and my normal scissors, and I must not use my fabric scissors on paper or I'll blunt them, so, and I always get them mixed up. So let's have a look how she'll fit and where we want to put her. We've got it in. Do we want her right to the edge, or do we want her in kind of like in a little bit with that little bit of border? So I'm just going to cut this top bit just a little bit. There's something really crooked about her. Yep, you can tell that I cut her with the scissors. Shall be better. Now we could put something on the edge of her as well. Okay, so we can start putting our index card together. So firstly we will stick our lady on. And then I did find a little advert, which I think I might put down on that side. Like that. I'm not sure if I want to do any sewing. Maybe not, because we, want to be able to write quite easily. All right, so I have this rickrack that I might just put on the edge here. Yeah, I'll just do it on the edge. So that's a great little writing spot that can be slipped into a little side pocket there. So I think that will be it for today. I want to keep the videos a bit short. I was going to do the other envelope pocket. I might do that with you on another video, just so that time doesn't go too much. It's an awesome fun kit to use, this one, so go and check it out. I will link it down below in case you do want to have a look. And also I will link Joey's Ko-fi as well, in case you want the freebie that goes with it so well. Now I kind of wish I did sew along that, so I might do that afterwards. We will see. I'm always changing my mind. I do love it. So this pocket's all ready to be put in the journal now. And I will stick this down so this will flip up on one page, and then on the other side of the page this will be a tuck spot. And then when I attach that I might end up putting something down there, not sure yet. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was heaps of fun, and I will see you again soon with another project. Bye.